Okay, say I'm Jose.
I'm Jose.
And I'm hoping size don't count. And this is Deth 2 Squids. Woo! Yaga yow. We did it, guys. We're back. And holy shit, I'm so glad I'm rip-roaring high because I guess Dollman's good.
It's so
now.
bad. It's so bad.
Oh, yeah, man. This is the second time in a row for like getting stoned and watching something with someone. Sean and I did do the watch along of Blue Collar Comedy Tour, the movie. And I had a panic attack of like, should we just change the movie? Which is what Dollman also gave that. The first like 7 minutes when he's on his own planet. Oh, shoot, the microphone has not really been pointed the best at my mouth. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Fuck me. It was like close, but now I'm like real crispy up on the mic sounding. Oh man, I knew there was something weird happening.
You even asked me, is it lined up?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, guys. Today we are discussing Dollman. Initial thoughts?
To our listeners, if you're gonna watch this at like 1.5 to double speed.
I would even say hover around that plus 30 seconds.
Where you can't hear any of the dialogue. You're just watching the fast forwarding going on.
Yeah, no, like you plus 30 seconds to just be like, okay, jump 30 seconds.
Sorry.
Did anything happen here?
I'm going to tell you in those 30 seconds, nothing.
Yeah, because sometimes we're just establishing shots while, like, in quotes, hip-hop music played. And it just lingered so long. It felt like, oh, dang, I should have asked Nicole. Neil Breen movies. But, like, Neil Breen movies have no charm. Have you ever seen any of his stuff?
Neil Breen? No.
Yeah, it's Twisted Pair, I think, is the most popular one. Or there's one other. But, yeah, Neil Breen movies, they blow dogs for quarters.
I've never seen this person a day in my life
There
before.
are times when it lingers in one scene. Someone will say the word of dialogue, and then it lingers for 5 seconds. Then it goes to the next person who's saying their lines and lingers for 5 seconds. It's so poorly edited. So this 90-minute movie could, like, when I podcast, I cut out silences. So it goes and goes.
No, I get you. So that this movie did a lot of, and I don't want to just reiterate what you said.
Go for it.
More to clarify, like what we mean though. There was a scene where two of the gangsters were staking out the main character's apartment, and the guy's like, "Well, what are we gonna do?" And then it pans over to the main guy. And they just look at him.
Oh, yeah.
It's just on him for a solid, like, 30 seconds to a minute.
I wouldn't say a minute.
Yeah, it felt like it. I'm gonna say it felt like it.
It felt like a warm embrace of 14 seconds.
Yeah, no. And then it just transitioned to the next scene, and that was it. And that's all.
No, it felt like he was going to say, like, but why? Or like he was going to say something, and you're like, okay, oh, what if he says it here? It's going to be real dramatic. Okay, it's kind of losing it. Wait, no, it's turning back around. Oh, he just didn't say anything.
It's like if somebody says, don't do it for me, do it for your daughter or something, but they just don't finish the line. They just say, don't do it for me, and then that's it. They don't finish, just don't do it for me, and then that's it. That's a lot of this movie.
And Jack Deth, I mean, Brick Buoyancy, he had no quips. You said it, he was just silent.
He was silent for most of the movie. Tim Thomerson got paid to do basically nothing in this
Yeah.
movie.
It was like,
He did a lot of scenes by himself.
oh, you want to know how he acted? He acted like the John Travolta gif from
Yes.
Pulp Fiction. Like that,
Most
the
of the
essence
time.
of that feels like him. Even he nonchalantly explodes people. It's just like he's on Quaaludes.
Honestly, yeah. It seems like he could be on drugs most of the
Yeah.
time. And
I hope he was.
it made me kind of upset because it was written by the same person who directed the first two Trancers.
Charles Band.
Charles Band.
He's the dude who created Full Moon Features.
Okay. Yeah. So like, albeit Trancers is not a great movie, but it had better writing, like better
Yeah.
dialogue, I'll say, throughout the movie.
Yeah, because Trancers 3 is a great movie.
This feels a lot like when Full Moon's Features transitioned to Romania.
Yeah.
And those Trancer films were just like, what are we watching? That's what this movie felt like.
Yeah.
So this was the precedent for the Romania Full Moon features.
Yeah.
It was not good.
But let's get to notes. Yes. Update from last episode. I got the 2-issue mini-series of Trancers from the early 90s. Although they are better in every way to the 2000 series, they still aren't anything to write mother home about. But on to Dollman, released November 27, 1991. Tagline, 13 inches with an attitude. Oh, fuck me. That's good. That's nice, right?
I saw that when we were watching the movie and I was dying.
Oh, hell yeah. There's no cool trivia about the making of this movie that I could find, so here's some stuff about the writers. The film was co-written by Ed Naha, who started out as a writer for sci-fi and horror magazines, even being the editor on the first issue of Fangoria. He wrote the novelization of Ghostbusters 2, the first 2 RoboCop movies. Oh, boy, that should... Oh, and the first 2, okay. But his greatest success is not Dollman. It is being the co-writer of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. This dude loves a world where people can be little.
He loves it.
The film was directed by powerhouse indie director Albert Pyun. His first film, oh man, I'm getting wonky vision. His first film, The Sword and the Sorcerer, 1982, was the highest grossing independent film of 1982, earning $76 million. However, Pyun's work with Canon Pictures saw him direct more movies for the company than any other film director, and his involvement with Spider-Man and Masters of the Universe 2 became legendary. When both films were canceled midway into their production, Pyun devised a breakneck strategy to combine the sets and costumes designs from both to salvage the lost money and deliver a single standalone film. The result was Cyborg 1989, which opened in 1989 as the 4th highest grossing movie in the United States. It grossed $10 million and gave Jean-Claude Van Damme his Hollywood superstar status.
Let's go.
This film might be shit, but the people went on to do great things.
Also, I think the movie's so bad. I think... So Ed Naha is technically is uncredited for the movie. He probably chose not to be credited because the movie was so bad. That's my theory. That's just my theory. So.
Not credited on Dollman?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant like for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
No, he's proud of that. I mean, it's Disney, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is not anywhere as good.
Yeah. Reviews. Laird gave 3 stars. the way Dollman's hijinks become almost background to some generic Latinx gang drama made me wonder if he's been there all along in every movie, shooting his tiny gun, hiding in the rubble, just out of frame.
What?
I don't know.
I have no
I don't
clue.
understand what that means now. 3 stars, Tendy says, he is so tiny, but his gun is so powerful. 3 stars from Huckabean says, if I saw this when I was...
You got this, James.
I forgot this review. It's very funny.
If I saw this.
Okay. If I saw this when I was 9, I would never shut up about it. God, that is so good. Okay.
I agree with it. I'm going to be honest. I fucking agree with that. That review is so good. It's so spot on.
Are there any movies like that for you?
Oh, no.
Like, if I had seen Trancers when I was 9, I, for real, never would have shut up about it.
Oh, God. Trying to think of any recent movie that might have been good. I don't know. That's a good question. I might have to come back to that.
No, Troll 2. If I would have saw Troll 2 back then, I would have it would have been Ernest Scared Stupid levels of, I want to seek this out. No, more than Ernest Scared Stupid levels of I need to see this all the time.
I think if I was 9 years old when Trancers 6 came out and that was the only Trancers that came out, like that was the first one.
Yeah.
I think I would have been like, we need to get more of this movie.
Man. We need to do a RPG. Did I send that? Did I tell
You sent it to me, I think. I have to double check it though.
We should do an RPG campaign where it would be like maybe you and one other person, because it would be, we would want to initially like write 7 and 8 in the trilogy where it follows Jane Deth or whatever her name was.
I think so. I have the notes right here. Joe
Deth. And then eventually, like, the second movie would be Joe Deth having Jack leaves her body, but she, like, remembers everything that happened. And now she's like, oh, I need to kill these Trancers. Now my father's mission is now my mission. And then the last movie would be Jack Deth coming down the line by, like, in his own body.
Yeah.
And teaming up with Joe to finally take down the Trancers once and for all.
Hell yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
I'd be so down to basically just write the successor to Trancers, or just making that just Trancers, you know?
Yeah, and I would do the campaigns as like 3-act plays.
Yeah.
For episodes and stuff, or like just like, you know, try to fit that mold, so then things just progress nicely.
Damn, I might have to go back and rewatch Trancers 6.
Yeah. What if it sucks?
I mean, they all were bad.
No.
Are you talking about what if our 3-act play is bad?
Oh, no. I think Trancers 1, 3, and 6 are all great movies.
Yeah, standalone. They have a good story. I think the idea of, like, what's the word for when a story starts in the middle of the story is like
memento. I don't know.
Sure. Yes. Somebody will know what it's called, but I think those stories are pretty interesting. Even if you don't have any of the lore, because a lot of the times I just get into a lot of things midway through it, and then I'll end up going back to the beginning to see how it was like. It's just I don't know. I think 6 had a really good grasp of being its own story while being different at the same time, like being its own story while being Trancers all at the same time.
Yeah, and then like it could have gotten so gay, you know?
Could have, yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't do anything with it after that. So
yeah, man, that sucks. Okay. I have another update.
Okay.
On what are our least favorite Trancers movies?
4 and 5.
Okay, and remember how it was written by prolific comic book writer Peter David? I got an omnibus it's Spider-Man 2099 and it's written by Peter David.
Let me know how it is.
Oh, I will.
Because those were bad.
And I got them, but he revitalized the Incredible Hulk and had a 12-year run on it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, in the late 80s, early 90s, I believe. And he's still writing to this day great stuff.
Holy shit.
There's this comic where the Fantastic Four go away, disappear pretty much, and there needs to be a new Fantastic Four, and it's Spider-Man, I think Wolverine, Incredible Hulk, and Ghost Rider. It's written by him, and it's super loved, and I have it on my library hold, so I'm excited to read that too.
Let me know what it's called after this so I can look it up. That sounds interesting.
It's just called The New Fantastic Four.
The New Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
But, and I got this for free.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's
there
a come
was pages are being pulled out in the back, but they're collected together still. So, and it's not actual comic pages.
Okay.
It's additional information. So they couldn't sell it at the shop.
You're like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's a come up. Come up. Oh, God. Don't make me talk about this movie.
I thought we both loved it. I'm kidding. I'm up and down.
I'm fully off of this movie.
So it starts out, we are 10,000 light years away from the Earth. 10,000 light years. Hey, that was the clearance bin at Toys R Us after the movie Lightyear.
Jesus.
10,000 light years in that clearance bin.
I also set myself up for disappointment because you want to know what the first thing I wrote while the opening credits were going?
What's up?
I wrote, Tim Thomerson, the God, stars in another masterpiece.
Oh, no.
And then it just went downhill from there.
Oh, wait, it ticked back up a couple times.
Not at
People
all
got
for
exploded,
me.
man.
Not for me, man.
Oh.
Oh, God.
And then it just starts out with so many fat jokes.
So there were so many fat jokes.
And there was no reason for it. Also, there's this movie, yes, it's absurd because it's a little guy, but it isn't campy, and this was so campy.
Yeah.
At least that's what it was trying to go for, maybe. Or no, they were trying to be edgy, but it is just campy, and that's what makes it absurd.
It might, I don't know. It seems like somebody who was trying to be campy on purpose.
Okay.
I think when you do it on
the rest of the movie isn't that, which is weird.
That's what I'm saying. I think they had a lot of build up to try and make this movie great, but then they just kind of flopped. It really just starts off with a standoff between the police and a thug robber. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he holds up a laundromat while he's trying to run away from the cops, and it's just a bunch of families in there hiding. But it's all these bigger women.
Yeah.
And that's
their
when
sons
and their
that.
kids also. But then the robber uses the clothes to tie the moms around him, so they act like a shield for him. And then that's when the fat jokes start to commence.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't necessary.
Yeah, it was wild.
It was way too on the head with the jokes.
Yeah.
When I don't know. It just wasn't. I'm sorry.
As I was getting up and leaving.
Also, we found out that closed captions wasn't in the budget for this movie.
Oh, yeah. Or they just didn't want to put that, transfer them over onto Tubi.
Probably. Or it just wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, man. Because in the beginning, it is hard to hear shit.
It's because they're on that sci-fi planet and people are yelling and. Hey, I swear to God, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to shoot ya.
You got to get out of here, man.
Oh, dang, I've been shot.
I don't know if you're gonna bring this up, but the forced camera movement when
oh yeah,
what's his name? Brick Bardo? Or, I don't know.
Let's just call him Tim Thomerson.
Tim Thomerson's character.
Or we'll just say Brick. It sounds so weird calling Jack Deth Brick.
Because it's not Jack Deth.
I know, but
And
it's
they
like,
look the same, but
yes,
it's
they
not-
look the same.
It's not the
yes, they're
same.
not. He sucks so hard.
Jack Deth was likable for a little bit. This Brick Bardo has just been a sulking piece of shit the whole movie.
It's like it edges you with like you're going to be set up for a Jack Deth quip, but it's like no.
No.
Huh? What? Huh?
Not the, huh. Oh, no. Oh, no. And yeah, like we talked about earlier, when they leave too much
We were
screenshot.
talking earlier.
I don't think you remember. No. About them leaving too much, like holding shots for way too long.
Uh-huh.
A lot of those were on Tim Thomerson's character, just holding, like somebody will say something to him and we're waiting for a quip.
Uh-huh.
And he's just sitting there looking at you like, or sometimes he also loves to lick his lips.
He goes like aggressively. He goes nom, nom, after waking up from being unconscious in his spaceship. Nom, nom, nom.
You could almost hear the,
Ew. Sound guy was not doing his job that day for his own sake.
it's just so weird. Like the main character's weird. Not,
Yeah.
Like he's
Yeah,
not.
she has a kid. Am I
he's
right?
not-
That's
he's-
weird.
I'm talking about Tim
I
Thomerson's character. He's
know.
just not a likable character, and even Debbie, the main character.
Yeah, he's not likable, but since he's like Jack Deth also, like he's still kind of daddy.
No.
Yeah, but he's just like an unlikable daddy.
No, he's just unlikable.
You're like, daddy, I'm like wet right now. So like, yeah, you're daddy. So come on.
Yeah, you're like daddy.
Yeah, you're daddy. So like, yes, but like, I wouldn't want to hang out with
Also,
you.
I think Tim Thomerson just hates kids. Because in this movie and in I forgot which other Trancers movie, he just talks so bad to these kids.
Oh, I don't remember.
This one, he told a kid he was gonna shoot him.
Oh yeah,
after he shot his
I don't
mom.
remember in Trancers.
Yeah, but I forgot which movie it was, but he like not like he just like mean to them.
Okay.
And in this one, he straight up just tells a kid he's gonna kill him, and then tells another kid on Earth, "I will shoot you."
Oh yeah, because this robber in the beginning wants 10 million narrow bricks.
I don't know. I didn't even catch it.
It was a weird measurement of money. Then they're on the line with the mayor, and the mayor says, like, handle it better. And they're like, oh, don't worry. We're not going to give in to their demands. That's what the mayor wants. And he says, we sent in Jack Deth, but isn't Jack Deth. And the mayor says the election's next week, and I don't need a video of dead fat chicks.
Yeah.
It's wild.
They just lay into it at the beginning. They want to just hit you in the face with it.
Oh man, no one can choose scenery as much as Tim Thomerson while putting in detergent to the washing machine. He just keeps scooping more and more in, and
So
somehow, like, why were there no slide whistles going like boop, 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 boop? Like, it felt like it should have the Bulk and Skull theme from Power Rangers going on, like, however that went.
He puts so much detergent in there. At one point, I think it's like half the bottle.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a full bottle when he walks in, because you can see the shadow, and then he starts going to town with this detergent, just scoop after fucking scoop.
And sometimes like he pours it onto the scoop, but it's so
and
much
it's
is going in.
overfilling into the fucking
Yeah.
washer. And he has no clothes. You don't even see him put any
Oh
clothes
no,
up
no,
there.
he puts in a few.
Oh, you do? I
Yeah.
didn't even see it.
I think it's like a jacket or something.
Just one. It's the
Yeah,
jacket from Trancers.
Oh no, that's sullied ground.
they do say something that's pretty funny in the beginning of the movie. I think you have it written down as well when Tim Thomerson's character is getting yelled at by the mayor. Because, every sci-fi movie, everybody and their mom, old 80s movies, old action movies. What's the one thing that they love to do, James?
So the mayor is screaming, "Hey, bring in your badge, you're off the force, and take off those damn sunglasses. It's night." Was that the line?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, because every one of those like old 80s action films, everybody's wearing sunglasses at night to look cool.
Yeah.
And then
that's all it is, man.
It's all just to look cool. And then the one movie that that's not like a big feature film fucking calls it out right at like the first I don't want to say first 5 minutes because that's not accurate because
because it's so long and also,
to get started.
Also, there's 2 minutes and 15 seconds of credits up top, and then like 7 minutes at the end.
7 minutes of just a recap of everything, just a clip show. All right, yeah.
Yeah, how was this so long but so short?
I don't know. I don't know how they did it. And even with the commercials, it felt like we flew through the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, and no shooting happens. Tim Thomerson character saves the day by making the guy fall over with the ladies wrapped over him. And I think the joke is that, because they're big, he can't get up.
Yeah.
But they do something as well when they...
Wait, that was the joke?
Yes.
No, I'm kidding. I understood.
They, top that off with another joke after, forcing the camera to shake to make it seem like it was a big fall.
Yeah.
But nothing happens. It's pretty boring.
Uh-huh.
It's a pretty boring standoff.
Uh-huh.
And then Brick gets home and turns on the TV, and the first thing we hear is an extreme shootout happened inside a laundromat earlier by Brick Bardo.
Uh-huh.
It was just so bad.
That dude was dirty, man.
So he murdered everybody, and apparently he killed and shot 28 people at that laundromat.
Damn, he's a psycho. But before that happens,
oh, my bad.
One of the kids, when Brick pulls out his gun, he says, "That's a Ruger blaster, the strongest gun ever." And then Tim Thomerson responds with, "That's right, fat boy." It's like, what the fuck, man?
I feel bad for that kid because I feel like this was a prime time of them only hiring specific actors for typecasting, really.
Yeah.
Because that kid also was in Heavyweights, the Ben Stiller movie where the kids go to the quote-unquote fat camp.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I felt bad.
Yeah.
They just laying into this kid at the beginning of the movie.
So, yeah, then a shootout happens in this dude's apartment.
Yeah.
And he gets taken out into the...
quote-unquote shootout, because...
Yeah. Just so many bullets were flying. Maybe it was just to scare him, because... They bring him to this open field, but it's not a field. It's like a cement yard.
Kind of like a quarry.
Yeah.
Or like a rundown factory.
Uh-huh. Like it got knocked the walls down.
It kind of looks like the same place that he lands on Earth.
Uh-huh. It probably
was the same place.
Just from a different angle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then there's this floating head.
Yes.
And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to extort or whatever. Something happened. And 50K molecular ions.
Molecular ions.
And then Brick goes, "You're never going to get it." And he says, "Why? Because you'll fuck it up. You always fuck it up."
He's like, "Yeah, there was that time where I shot all 3 of your legs. And then that other time where I shot your arms off. And the last time I saw you, your head was rolling towards me. So yeah, you'll just fuck it up, man." It was pretty fucked up. Because the scenes I also wanted to point out about the floating head. The close-up scenes whenever they needed the floating head to speak, it's also being played by the Jack Deth's boss in Trancers 3. I think it was.
Yeah, it was probably 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, 3, 4, and 5. But when they have to get the close up to show the floating head talk. It's just the you can see, and it's not cropped very well, but it's the shoulders up, and you can see when the guy's moving like his whole body to speak.
Yeah,
it's so funny because it looks so bad, and then
I think it looked pretty gnarly.
I don't think it looked good at all because every time they pan back to show that it's a floating head, it's literally just one of those fake prosthetic heads. It just looks so wonky to me. This is the transition between like you can definitely tell that this is not a floating head talking.
Yeah,
which they could have. I think they could have done it. They had the technology for it back then.
I know it would have been so expensive.
They did comping in this movie.
Yeah, but they were just comping kind of like stationary things, but to like comp out like each frame of a thing flying.
True. I guess if that thing was stationary as a floating head, it would have looked really wonky. I don't know. This was a movie.
Yeah,
this was a movie. After the floating head is explaining that he's gonna kill Brick Bardo. I forget what he says, but so one of the henchmen has Brick Bardo's gun and holding at it. And the floating head is like, all right, now it's time for you to die. I'm going to make sure that the weapon you used on me is going to be used on you. And then...
then Jack
Deth's character was like, Brick Bardo. I don't know if he says anything, but he just puts his hand out and you see like a beam of light in the middle of his hand, like the palm, and the gun just flies towards him, which I thought was just really funny.
Yeah.
Because it just, you can see him before he puts his hand up and they flip to the next picture. You could see him cupping the light in his hand before he goes like, goes like this. It's just funny. Sorry. They really don't do anything to Brick Bardo.
Well, yeah, because he starts exploding them.
Yeah, he gets his gun back and shoots them, even though they all had the upper hand. And then floating head guy flies into his ship when all his dudes are getting killed.
We do see a guy he's jello from like the shoulders down.
Oh, and they had like the weirdest exchange as well.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, there's no point in killing me. I'm already dead. Jack Deth's character doesn't say anything. He's just looking at him for a while and then walks away. And the guy's like, you're just going to leave me? You're just going to walk away? You're just going to walk away?
Yeah.
But after that whole ordeal happens, Brick Bardo ends up in one of their ships. Is it their ship or his ship?
Who knows, man? I just felt oxygen go to my brain. But they explode. I just really wanted that to be obvious. Like, they exploded, dude.
Yeah, I know. They died. Jack Deth, his gun just explodes people.
Wait. Okay, yeah. So they start like going into hyperdrive. But where was that? Oh yeah, he was chasing Spruggan through the energy bands. A grown man said that into the camera. He was chasing Spruggan through the energy bands. But as he's chasing Spruggan through the energy bands, they're like, it's too intense and their ship's going all crazy. And the way Jack Deth is like falling unconscious is just like, and then he just like passes out, but is just still like shaking and he's so sweaty. Oh man.
I think they should have just had him foaming from the mouth. It would have looked just the same.
Yeah, he was just like,
so he's chasing Spruggan, floating head guy, through space, and I don't know if they hit something or they just made it to Earth.
Yeah.
And they crash landed, but as they crash land, you hear the ship's computer saying this planet's life form is a ratio of 6-1 in terms of size. So we get the info dump there immediately. But James thought I wasn't paying attention.
See, I think it would have been funnier that doesn't come into play until like it says it later. Like after we see it, because then you have that shock. Like, wait, what? But what would have been funnier him as he is tiny or more like giant than normal people?
Like Gulliver's Island.
Yeah.
I think him
Not that big. Maybe like 2 times people size, or maybe 3. Let's go 3 times.
3 times. I think it'd be funnier if as Dollman.
Okay.
Because I think it's funnier because it's the tiny person, huge people, and then there's the trope of tiny person, regular size animal, but it's a giant to him. I think that's kind of stuff is kind of funny sometimes if they do it right, but I don't think they did it right in this one. So
I think I'm too high, dude.
yeah,
Like you were doing like crazy stuff, and the floor felt like when I was a child and I went to Florida to get free tickets to Universal Studios, we would go to like timeshare meetings, and it was always so cozy in there. For like they had Bear and the Big Blue House playing, but they had this like nice hotel looking carpet, and it felt like our carpet was that.
it just felt really nostalgic for a
Yeah,
second.
man.
I'll take you to Universal right after this. Okay. I've actually never been to Universal, so
It's pretty good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
They have like Mario World now.
Oh yeah, boing,
That's what I heard.
Yahoo!
So
boing, yahoo, mamma mia, boing, yahoo.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't
What?
have a lot of notes from this because I was.
Oh yeah, I'm more than halfway done.
Yeah, me too. I got like a couple things because you're like, there's some good moments in this during the movie, and I wrote down a note. You're like, there was a good moment, and I said, what moment? You said the explosions, and my note is, explosions are not a good moment.
Yes,
What
they
are we? Michael Bay? What is this? A
But
Michael
no,
Bay movie?
Michael Bay isn't just okay. Imagine in a Michael Bay movie, a person exploded, like
It
the
happens.
Transformers start going to, and like just blood and they just
and
get
guts
gibbed,
and-
like in Doom, like when you blow someone up and they just like fall to the floor in chunks.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, you're right. But there weren't many good moments in this movie, James.
Well, when he finally sees, so he like shoots guys on Earth, but it just like opens a hole in their sides, and he, this lady comes up to him, like who's a giant lady, and I said out loud, I thought this is what he was gonna say, "Them the tallest titties I've ever seen."
God damn it. You kept making a lot of those damn jokes throughout this fucking movie, and I assumed that it wasn't gonna happen. Like,
Which is like how I introed this podcast, which is, "Hey Debbie, tell me size doesn't matter." That like it went the entire movie without any real quips or jokes
up
and
until
then,
like the last 5 fucking minutes of the movie.
and I kept like my first joke out of the bat was "Hey, can I insert you in me?" And then I was like him saying, "Hey babe, insert me."
Dude, I fucking knew you were gonna say that. The minute the movie started, I was like, James is definitely gonna make a like, can you insert me joke? And not even 2 seconds after them meeting, you're like,
Them
can
the
you
tallest
insert me?
titties.
God damn it.
And she's like, "Oh, put your whole arm in my urethra."
What the fuck?
She's getting sounded.
Oh no, James. Oh, at my note right after the Michael Bay note is, I'm gonna be honest, this movie sucks and it's not very entertaining or memorable.
I loved it. I'm kidding. I have a love-hate with it right now. Like a true love-hate.
Like, you love to hate it?
Yeah. So he has like these battery packs that he puts in his gun.
They're just clips,
But they're
James.
like long, but like in world. I'm fully immersing myself in the movie that is Dollman.
So was I. I just assumed that they were clips. I don't even think it's a laser. It just looked. That's why they had the shows.
No, it is a laser. But if you put a clip in and how big those shells are, he's shooting it for so long. It wouldn't have that many shells in it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right.
So in world, like he's shooting this, but for some weird reason, casings are just popping out of nowhere.
But that's also a movie thing where people have so many bullets in their clip, like in their magazine.
Oh no, not in the movies I watch. They're accurate.
No.
All those big titty action movies I
Hollywood
watch.
loves to do this thing where somebody has a revolver and they're pulling the trigger for like 30 goddamn shots.
Yeah, man, that's cool as hell.
No, it's only 6 bullets in the revolver.
Oh, I got a revolver that has 32.
Oh, God. It's not a revolver, James.
Oh no, it's
a Gatling gun.
No, it's big, and
It's a Gatling gun.
and you go, like you have to squeeze it.
Like it's still a fucking pistol. Oh no,
Mamma mia!
The gun thing where it doesn't look like a laser when he explodes the guys on his planet.
It looked like laser beams. It's fine.
I could be blind.
I could also be wrong as well. I could also be right, as you could also be right.
I could be wrong.
Or maybe we're both wrong.
Probably.
Maybe it's just air pockets shooting at people real hard.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess now we're both right.
It's all Eldritch Blast.
But this woman has been like being beat up, terrorized by this gang. She's like having to fight every day of her life. And Jack in her apartment, or Brick, blasts these guys and blood's flying everywhere. Then we see like it cuts to the next morning or like a new time, and the walls are cleaned, and Jose said, which is how like you would see it, like you would just be like, oh, I guess she cleaned all the walls, or maybe like we're just to assume no blood got on the walls. You say like, oh, there's no blood on the walls. It pans and like now have to see this woman whose life is so hard. We see her, like the movie put it in our minds that she had to do this. She's scrubbing the blood off the walls.
Mind you, also, this is supposed to take place in like 1980s South Bronx.
Yeah.
So like it's a heavy population of people of color and Latinx people. So I guess they're trying to just say, I don't know what they're trying to do. It's just, I
don't think they were trying to say or do anything.
I think they're just trying to be like, this person's life sucks, and that's it. She did clean up the blood, but she was doing circles. So at one point, it looked like it was just gonna just get stuck in the wall.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, but then they panned to the next scene, and it was all gone.
Yeah. Also, so the town know about him.
Yeah.
Like they're cheering him on, like, yeah, you're killing these bad men. Then I was like, Dollman is above the law. And then you said
he is the law.
Which, because they have this entity that is murdering people.
And they want to keep him around so they can get rid of the rest of the gangs in the neighborhood.
But like the police should would go after that little guy. Or
no,
maybe
what are you
wouldn't.
gonna tell the cop? A little guy from another planet came here and shot these people up.
I mean,
or are you gonna say that these gangbangers came in here and somebody shot them?
Oh yeah, okay.
Which one are the cops gonna believe more? The alien or some gangs came in here and shot each other up? I think the second part is more believable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She gets kidnapped and he's driving, like she's getting driven away, but Dollman jumps on the car and we see it's just like this actual doll hanging off the side of the window. And it's so obviously a doll, but somehow it still works.
It looks like it's comped in for a second. For a second, it looks like it could be CG, but there's no way by how still, how still that doll was that it was CG. So after she gets kidnapped and Dollman gets, hangs on for dear life, they end up at the same quarry / factory that Dollman landed in. And they're, holding up, the whole gang's there. They're trying to hold up and wait for him to show up so they can kill him and get their revenge. And, Tim Thomerson is doing his, sneaky guy act. every 5 seconds looking around, making sure no one's looking. And at one point, one of the henchmen goes up to the main villain who has Debbie kidnapped, and he's like, "Boss, it's been 3 hours," but it looks like nothing has no time has passed whatsoever. Yeah. It's been 3 hours. It was already like the afternoon by the time she got kidnapped. So if 3 hours had already passed, it should be nighttime.
Oh, I thought it was nighttime.
Yeah, like later afternoon.
No, I thought she got kidnapped at nighttime, and I assumed this was the following morning.
Was it nighttime?
Yeah.
'Cause they got there with the sun up.
No, I think she got kidnapped at night. That's what I thought it was.
I swear I thought the sun was up when they got there. It could
also be wonky lighting. We don't know.
They did have like a weird like press conference shot going on earlier, but it was like in a dark room, and we both looked at each other and was like,
dark room.
No one would ever have a press conference like that.
Yeah.
Like no one would be ever, even in the middle of the day, no one's going to just sit there with the lights off.
But it was kind of sexy.
Not at all.
Yes, just imagine that lighting on the naked body of a beautiful beau.
Sure, but it looked like they were at a school or at like a public.
And like Imagine Dragons is playing.
Imagine Dragons. God damn it, James.
So she's really that's the modern day stripper music, you know?
Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Let's go.
Maybe in like 5 years, Imagine Dragons.
In 5 years?
Yeah, because it like takes a little bit to like, this is what.
Do you think songs just get old and then they end up just using them at the strip club?
Yeah, because like eventually like people started doing like AC/DC dances. So like I just think after something's big, this is how I would think of it is you like dancing to the music you danced to as a teenager. So like I liked Imagine Dragons as a teenager. So that I can't strip as a teenager. So like after I become of age to do that, I'm going to want to listen. So like that's why there's a little bit of a delay. Like I want to listen to the stuff I listened to as a teen. Like that's my shit. That's what I can get down to. I'd be listening to Isham the Holy while I strip. So that means like it takes time before, especially in my case, I'm a late to life stripper, Maybe I'd throw on Avril Lavigne. You better believe me listening to an Avril Lavigne song, you're going to get a boner show, guys. Because that shit's hot, okay? I don't know who makes me hornier just listening to them, like the Avril Lavigne or... you want to know what Avril Lavigne's music makes me like love? Like, oh, that woman needs a hug. Oh my Whereas gosh. Taylor Swift's music is horny. Okay, guys? I'm not lying. No joshing, no fooling around.
He's 100% serious. Don't you think he's lying?
I'm not. Taylor Swift music equal me horny.
I wish that could be the name of the title. Hey, Taylor Swift's music equals me horny.
Oh, the title of the episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't do that. But I'll clip this, though. This will be on TikTok.
I can't wait to tell Joe about this.
He goes urban fucking renewal because someone says, who are you? Or what is that? Urban fucking renewal.
Urban fucking renewal. Mind you, this is like 7 minutes until the end of the movie, and we got our first quip from Brick.
Yeah. And so he's going up against Jackie Earl Haley, and he shoots, and then his arm explodes off from him, and I went, "You'll shoot your arm off, kid."
God damn it, James.
And then, they have a shootout, and she's like, "Oh, don't kill him." So he's like, "Okay," but then he has that.
Like, this gum, he deserves to die.
Yeah, and then I was like, man, my notes, the last words of the movies, I'm jumping real far. No, I'm not. It just ends so abruptly.
It does, yeah.
Which, thank God.
Nothing happens in this movie.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's like, well, then don't do it for me.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
It sounded more like, don't do it for me. Well, don't then. Don't.
Stop.
Don't do it.
Stop.
Okay? If you don't want to do it, don't.
Don't do it for me.
Yeah. If you don't want to do it, don't. Okay? Like, I'm being serious. Don't.
And then he goes, whatever, kid. And he pulls the gun away. And then that's when Jackie Earle Haley's character goes, and nobody wins. Nobody wins. And then he presses the dimensional fusion bomb, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, and like 3 parsecs isn't that long away because somehow they were able to run 3 parsecs?
No, I don't think so. I think so. Parsecs is a measurement of length, I think.
Yeah.
Not like measurement of time.
No, like it would blow up 3.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They also, we were talking, remember we were having that whole conversation.
Yeah, we don't know
So
what's
I'm still
happening.
fucked about that. Yeah, I don't know. They made the bomb seem way worse than it was.
Yeah.
Because throughout the movie they were talking about, I could take out the whole east side.
That gave me just a nice tan, that bomb, you know?
They were fine. They were like still within 100 feet from the bomb.
Yeah. What if there was a bomb that you could just like light it off and like you got tan?
That's a nuke.
No. It just tans you.
Yeah, it's a mini sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, a nuke.
Uh-uh.
It's a mini sun. I don't know what you want me to say. A nuke equals mini sun.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
They took a piece of the sun, balled it up, and put it in that missile.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what happened.
I always thought it was just a bunch of goo that they
No.
kind of splat real hard.
They took the hot burning sun when everybody was sleeping and then put it in the rocket.
And everyone's never sleeping, dude.
Everybody was sleeping.
Everyone is never sleeping.
Everyone was sleeping.
That is actually like the most truth thing I've ever said on this podcast. Everyone is never sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone is sleeping.
No, there's never a time when everyone on the world is sleeping.
You don't know
Everyone
that.
is never sleeping.
That can't be
Yes,
true.
because on the other side of the planet, they're like the sun's out.
That can't be true at
Oh
all.
my God. You don't know the earth is round.
That can't get, when the sky gets dark, it's nighttime for everybody. That's what my mom said, so that's what happened.
Your mother, she's running
A scientist?
running a fool's errand.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Uh-huh.
My mom said she was science, and that's how things work.
Well, then they
yes.
walk away and
She like smiles and waves at
and
Jack.
he strolls up and he goes,
So Debbie, tell me, size doesn't count. That's it. That's how the movie ends.
she's like, insert.
No, seriously, that's just how the movie ends.
Uh-huh.
He says that line, and then it starts the clip show for the last 7 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Nothing happened in this movie. I'm so sorry to
Except
disappoint you.
so much happened.
I'm so sorry to
No, I don't think I wouldn't say nothing happened in this movie. I say a few things happened in this movie.
A couple things happened, but like the majority of the movie,
It's just nothing. And also, people look at him in that spaceship so often. I was just
So
like,
many
oh,
times.
he's a little man. Oh.
hovering over him and
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, like a helicopter parents?
He spends the entire time looking at the manual, trying to fix it, and nothing happens. We never see the ship at the end. I hope Dollman versus Demonic Toys is better,
Yeah, I think it is because it's a different team, I'm assuming.
but directed by Charles Brand.
Oh, yeah, directed by Charles Band. I forgot. Oh, it's going to be good because Demonic Toys is like campy and fun. And I think it gets more of that. And I believe in the movie Bad Channels, there is a woman who gets shrunk at the end. That is all. So it's also in the Bad Channels universe because that woman who got shrunk meets Jack Deth. So then they're like able to mush, you know, because they're the same size.
Is that the plot of the movie?
I have no idea. All I know is it happens.
It's the plot. So
and they're always mushing.
Always bumping funnies.
Funny bumping.
Funny bumping.
Gsh, gsh, gsh.
That's what the music was sounding like for the whole movie.
Funny bumping. That's all my notes.
Same. I'm sorry.
No, we're at an hour.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So we're good.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I've been honest.
Yeah.
So that's all I had to say.
How many stars would you give it out of 5?
This is worse than Trancers 4 and 5.
Oh, see, that's what I was saying in the beginning.
Yeah. This is worse than Trancers 4 and 5.
Ah, man. Yeah, because I don't get a warm feeling out of it. This makes me feel dirty and gross watching it.
Yeah, I mean, to piggyback off the dirty and gross part, Spruig at one point goes, "Oh, medical technology is at its finest here," but he looks so disgusting. Like not even like, oh, he's got a lot of mechanical things. He just looks dirty, like covered in soot.
And Jack's covered in soot later on.
Yeah.
Looking like a maniac.
Full circle, baby.
It's gross. I think I'd give it a 1.5.
I think this is have to be a half for me.
A half star?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Beep, 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 beep. Count the presses. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Yeah. I apologize to the people who, worked hard making this movie, but I was not a fan, and I'm not going to recommend this to anybody unless they watch it at super speed.
Yeah. Man, I want to check, did I rank Dollman before? Oh, wow. But I before gave it a 3.5. And I think I was sober while watching that.
You're kidding.
Yeah, and I'm bumping it down to a 1.5. It has a 2.8 on Letterboxd.
On IMDb, it's got a 5.2 out of 10.
Oh, yeah, that would be about around 5 well, this would be like 5.8 or something.
Well, this was fun.
Yeah, hanging out I feel bad that we, I almost wanted to just switch it to Troll 2. Have you ever seen Troll 2?
I don't think I've seen Troll 1.
Oh, no, you don't need to.
Yeah.
It's not the same movie. Like, they just slapped the name on a Goblin movie where it just, so they can market it better and get it into stores.
Okay.
To be like, oh, this is Troll, which was directed by Charles Band, was successful, and then the same team, the company was like, oh, well, we have this other movie, let's just call it Troll 2.
That's so bad.
Yeah, so then when people talk about Troll 2, that's just the name of the movie. Troll 2 is that we don't, at least me, I don't think of it as a sequel. It's not signifying a number, this number 2. The name of the movie is just Troll 2. The number 2, but that's what it is Troll 2.
Okay, I'll look into it.
It's so fun, dude. It's wild and crazy. You should just come over someday and we'll watch it. Sober, stoned, whatever. I love that movie so much, and it is wild.
All right, well, we'll figure it out.
I showed Nicole's youngest cousin, and she was like, "Wait, what is happening?"
Fucking people's lives up with weird movies.
Yeah. Oh man, Troll 2's rocks. Okay, all right, guys.
All right.
I've been James.
I'm Jose,
and this has been Deth to Squids. Bye. Oh, yeah.